Good morning, friends. My name is Ankit Yadav. I'm Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science Engineering, ABS Engineering College. Friends, I'm here to deliver the lecture series on Java technology and programming. In this series, I'm going to cover all the topics which are basically have a very importance for the company recruitment and for the preparation of the various interviews in MNCs. So today I am going to start from the very first lecture. In this lecture I am starting with the history of the Java technology. So let's start from the first lecture, that is Java history. Maximum students, friends, thinks that to remember the history of any programming language is a very hard nut to crack. But don't worry, in this lecture I will not go in a pathetic way. I'll just tell you a very interesting story behind the history of the Java. And I believe that after hearing this story, you are definitely will feel that you have got all the concept regarding the history of Java programming language. So let's start. Friends, if we talk about the history of Java, so I would like to let you know the history begins from USA. So to make the history clear to all of you, I would like to let you keep in 1991's duration. In 1991, I will tell you what happened in 1991 in USA. In USA, United States of America, we all are familiar with this country because you all are well aware about the Barack Hussein Obama. He is the president of the country. In USA, there is a state, and that state is known as State of California. The State of California, in the State of California, there is a city name is Menlo Park. Menlo Park is basically a city in the State of California, and the State of California is in USA. We all are familiar with that. In Menlo Park, there is a road. In Menlo Park, there is a road, Sand Hill Road. It's going to be very quite interesting story, just friends. Just have patience. In Menlo Park, there is a road, Sand Hill Road. Nearby this road, there is an office, and that office is of Sun Micro Systems Applied Science Department office. I'm telling the story of 1991. Okay, so nearby this road there was an office of Sun Microsystems Applied Science Department office. You can remember this Sand Hill Road. I'm telling you how we'll remember the Sand Hill Road. You would have heard about the Stanford University. We all are familiar with the Stanford University because we all are the engineers. So whenever you will go in Stanford University, then you will go via Sand Hill Road. The Sand Hill Road will take you to the Stanford University. Okay. The Sand Hill Road is also known as Dirt Road. I will show the picture of Sand Hill Road after this lecture. Don't worry. So in this office, Sun Microsystems Applied Science Department office, in 1991, the one project was going on. The name of the project was Green Project. The name of the project was Green Project. What was going on in this project and how many number of the employees were working in this project and who is going to lead the project? I'll tell you. The Green Project started in 1991 in Sun Microsystems Applied Science Department. There were 13 members who were working in this project. These 13 members team is also known as green team because they are working in green project. So sometimes it is also known as green team. Okay, and who is going to lead this project at that time? Mr. James Gosling. He was the team leader. Sorry. James Gosling. James Gosling was heading this project, green project. Except James Gosling, there were some other big names in this project. Although nobody remembers other names, all the pupils remember the leader. So that's why I told you the James Gosling first. But there were some other names. I would like to let you know those names. Mr. Patrick Norton. Mr. Mike Sheridan. And one interesting thing here, there were one lady as well in this project, in this green project. The name of the lady was Lisa Friendly. Lisa Friendly. Very unique name, you know, Lisa Friendly. So these were some big names who were working in this particular project, green project. So I will tell you what is going on in this project at that time. The green project, which was headed by the James Gosling, it is working on a particular application or a particular software. Actually, they are trying to design a particular application or particular software for the digital devices, such as televisions. Television is a digital device. Set-top boxes, when you would have connection or disconnection, then you will set up a box which is called a set-top boxes. And set-top boxes and television all are the examples of the digital devices. So they are trying to design a software for the digital devices. So friends, whenever we go for designing a software, we all know we need a particular programming language. So at that time, the James Gosling needed a particular programming language to design a software. In 1991, there were two big names as far as the programming language is concerned. The first name was C, programming language. The second name was C++. C was functional oriented programming language and C++ was object oriented programming language at that time. But the need of the software was the object oriented programming language. So James Gosling opted C++ as its programming language for the software. The James Gosling and his team started working to design a software for the digital devices like television or set-top boxes, etc., etc. So they used C++ programming language to design the software. They made the software. And after making the software, James Gosling found out that the software will be having lots of problems. What are those problems? Let's see. Although the team was able to design a software for the digital devices, but the software was suffering from various problems. Let's see what was the problems. The first problem which James Gosling have seen, that the software which is based on C++ programming language for the green projects was, the first problem was the software were not robust and they were very low security. It was not robust and low security. This is the first problem which James Gosling have seen. The second problem was found out by the James Gosling, that the software was very complex. the code was very complex. Because the James Gosling and his team uses the C++ programming language, so they found out that this application which is designed by them were very complex. This code of this the code of the software was very complex. The third problem, and very important problem, which was found out in the software, that is platform. The software was platform dependent. There were no platform independency. No independency. Friends, we all are aware about what is platform dependency and platform independency. I would like to explain it in a nutshell. Platform dependency, when suppose we design a particular application or particular software for a particular platform. Okay, suppose we are having a platform P1. Okay, the platform includes both hardware as well as software. If we are designing a particular software for a platform, suppose P1, and that software, if we want to run that software on platform P2, which also includes both software as well as hardware, if the manner in which the program runs differ from here to here, means its looks and feels changes while running on the platform P1 and while running on the platform P2. So we say the application is depending on the platform. This is called platform dependency of a particular application or software. Just keep note of one thing over here. If we are designing or if we are running a particular software on this platform P1 and it is also able to run on the platform P2, it doesn't mean that the application is platform independent. Platform independence is also concerned to the look and feel of the applications of the software. Everything should be same. Then we say the program or the application is platform independent. So this is another problem which has been seen by the James Gosling and his team, that the software which is based on the C++ object-oriented programming language, or the application which is based on the C++ programming language, were platform dependent. They were depending on the platform. They were not platform independent. Okay. So these were some major problems which has been seen by the team leader James Gosling. So at that time, no other object-oriented programming language were in the market. Although there was some other object-oriented programming language, but C++ have the best features, all those features which James Gosling were needed apart from these problems which has been seen by the James Gosling. So the problem came over here: which programming language must be opted to fulfill the need of this project? So James Gosling called a meeting. In that meeting, they have decided, let's design a new programming language so that we can fulfill all the needs which are required by this particular project Green. So in that meeting, they have decided to design a new programming language, and that project were named as Java Language Project. They started this project. In this project was started in June 1991. They started working in June 1991. They were trying to design a new programming language so that the need of the project can be fulfilled. They started working, and over a year, they finally got the new programming language. When they got the new programming language, which will be having all the features which they were needed at that time. What was those features? The programming language must be platform independent. The programming language must be more secure. The programming language must, the code of the programming language should be very simple. So all these features were there in that programming language, which has been discovered by these team members in that time. So when they have discovered the programming language, the problem came. What was the problem? What should be the name of that programming language? Because that programming language was developed by the 13-member team, which is called the Green Team. So that's why some of the developers have suggested the name of the programming language as Green Talk. Green Talk. Green because it was developed by the Green Team, so that's why green words come from there. And talk means they were discussing about the programming language, and finally they got the programming language, so that's why they call it Green Talk programming language. Okay, so the first name was given to the Java was Green Talk. Okay, so in computer science, each and every files have some extension within it. So in Green Talk, they have given a file extension .gt. .gt was the file extension at that time of a Java source file, and the first name was Green Talk. But this name was not officially adopted. It was just for time being. After that, some more name came into the market. The second name which came into the market was Oak. So Oak was the second name which was given to the Java, given to the new programming language which they have found out. Why Oak? What was the reason that the developer suggested the Oak? There were various theories behind this one. Some of the pupils thinks that the developers have suggested Oak as the official name for Java at that time because it was a discovery of USA, and Oak is the national tree of a USA. Okay. It was the national tree of USA, Oak. Apart from USA, the Oak is also a national tree for some other countries like Romania, Germany, France. So you are not going to remember these countries. I'm just telling you because it's a discovery of the USA. So some of the scientists thinks that the developer would have suggested the Oak name because it was a discovery of USA. So that's why developer would have suggested Oak as the name of Java. Some other scientist thinks that the developers would have suggested Oak because in the front of, outside the office of Sun Microsystem, which was in Menlo Road, in Menlo City, in Sand Hill Road, nearby Sand Hill Road, there were lots of oak trees outside the offices. So that's why they would have suggested the Oak as the name of the programming language. So there were very mythology behind this one, but maximum people thinks that maximum people agree on this thing, that there were lots of oak trees outside the office of the Sun Microsystem where the developer have found out this new programming language. So that's why they named it Oak. But again, it was not officially adopted. It was just for time being. After Oak, lots of names had been suggested by the developers. I would like to tell you some of the names, like DNA. DNA is also the name suggested by the one of the developers in the team. Apart from this, revolutionary. Revolutionary is another name which also has been suggested by the developer. Silk. Silk. Silk was another suggested name, and Java as well. Java is also another suggested name. James Gosling shortlisted Silk and Java among these words. Okay, friends. So we were seeing that among these names, two names had been suggested by James Gosling. One was Silk and another was Java. Among these two, the final name which has been shortlisted, that was Java, and this was an officially adopted by all the team members of Green, and it was official name which is also running in this time as well. So I would like to let you know from where this name came. Okay, so Java, what is Java actually? Java is basically a Iceland in Indonesia, and it is very famous Iceland. Why it is so famous? I would like to let you know one interesting fact about this Java Iceland. In Java Iceland, the first coffee has been produced. The first coffee has been produced, and it is also known as Java coffee. All the developers who were working in this green team, all the developers were keen to have coffee. They used to like coffee very much. They usually used to take coffee while working or while developing the code. So the maximum coffee of this Iceland is actually consumed by these team members, the Java developer team members. So that's why one of the developer of the green team has suggested Java as the name of the programming language, and Java is also a unique name, you know. So that's why and all the pupils and all the team members were agreed on this single point here. So all are agree with the Java as the name of the programming language. So that's why the Java came into the market. Friends, I would like to let you know one thing here. Maximum students thinks that what would have been the name full form of the Java. So I want to let you know that Java is not an acronym, it's a name. So if somebody asks what is the full form of Java, so just give him a smile and say, sir, this is not an acronym, it is simply the name. Okay, so now let's see what are the different versions which came in the market after the discovery of Java. In 1995, the first version of Java came into the market. In 1996, Java 1.0 came into the market. In 1997, Java 1.1 came into the market. In 1998, Java 1.2 came into the market, but there were some the Java 1.1, the features which was in Java 1.1 and the features which Java 1.2 is having at that time. So the Java 1.2 is totally differed with the Java 1.1. Maximum features have been added in this version. So the developer suggested that just quit this series 1.0, 1.1, 1.2. Let's give it another name. So this version Java 2. You can use both the word Java 1.2 and Java 2, but it was then officially adopted. So after that, in 1998, Java 2 came. In 2000, Java 3 came into the market. It is also called J2SE version 3. In 2004, Java 4. In 2006, Java 6. In 2000, in 2006, there were another historical event. In 2006, the Sun Microsystem made Java as free and open system software. In this time, Java free and open system software. It means free and open system software. So Java has been made free and open system software in 2006. Okay. In 2010, two major historical events occurred. The first event was quite interesting. The James Gosling has resigned from Sun Microsystem. Resignation of James Gosling. And Another historical event that Oracle took over Java, took over Sun Microsystem. All of the assets of the Sun Microsystem has been taken over by the Oracle in 2010. After that, Oracle released two versions, Java 7, and now Oracle is going to release Java 8, but it is not in the market currently. So they are going to release this version very soon. So this is all about the history of the Java, and I'm going to show some interesting slides and which will help you to remember the history. So let's see what are those slides. Okay friends, as you are seeing this picture, actually this picture is the snapshot of the Sand Hill Road, where there is the office of Sun Microsystem. So it is a Sand Hill Road. And why it is Sand Hill Road? Because there are lots of sand nearby this road, as you can see over here. So it is also called Dirt Road. These are the team members of the green team. He is James Gosling and she is Lisa Friendly, I told you. And these were the 13 member team. If you'll count, there is a 12 member, one member is missing, but there were 13 members in this team. Next. He's James Gosling, the father of Java. This is the birthplace of Java. It's the office of Java of Sun Microsystems Applied Science Department in Menlo Park in California. So this is the birthplace of Java. And this is the Iceland, Java Iceland, where the first coffee has been produced and the name Java came from. So this is the Java Iceland. So this is all about the first lecture, friends, and this lecture we finally have seen the history, Java history. And the next lecture we are going to discuss about JDK, JRE and JVM. And in upcoming lectures we'll also see some other modules. So thanks for watching the video. Thank you. Thank you very much.